It's amazing. Sam Heughan shares he can't take his eyes off Caitriona Balfe. Sam Heughan stood backstage on the Edinburgh set, the stage lights casting a golden glow across his face. In front of him, Caitriona Balfe was practicing her lines alone, pacing the worn wooden floor, her eyes as deep as the ocean about to wash away his world. Every time she turned, her dark hair fluttered in the air, and Sam found himself losing control of his gaze. Despite the laughter of his co-workers, despite the unkind attention from a few judgmental glances, he looked at her, no hesitation, no reserve. Caitriona had been something out of reach. When they first started acting together, they were co-stars, colleagues, two distinct individuals. But that distinction had become increasingly blurred over the years, especially since they began filming the final installment of the series that had made their names. Sam wasn't sure where the line was anymore, and what scared him most was that maybe he didn't want that limit to exist. The closed door. One night, after a late shoot, everyone on the crew had left. Sam was still sitting on the steps behind the studio, a cigarette burning between his fingers, his mind filled with unnameable thoughts. "Are you hiding?" A familiar voice called out from behind. Caitriona. She wore a long coat, her hair tied back, no makeup. But in Sam's eyes, she had never been more beautiful. "Just need some quiet time." Sam replied, a faint smile. She sat down next to him, saying nothing. They fell into silence. Then she said softly, "Sam, do you realize that you keep looking at me like that every time we act?" He turned to look at her, speechless. "I don't mind," Caitriona continued, "it's just, you look at me like that." Sam's heart felt like it was about to burst out of her chest. Interlocking fingers. Everything changed after that night. They were no longer two actors who could only talk to each other according to the script. Their eyes spoke, and even their small gestures carried the weight of emotions they had hidden for years. Once, while filming a scene in the woods, the director asked him to hold hands tightly. It was a simple scene, but no one, not even the director, understood why they couldn't separate their hands after saying, "Cut." Sam held Caitriona's hand longer than necessary, and for the first time, she didn't pull back. "What are we doing?" she asked quietly. "Honestly," Sam replied, "I don't know. But I can't stop." Gossip and the border. Gossip spread like wildfire. The press scrutinized their every move. Producers whispered about the impact on the character's image. Mutual friends asked questions, relatives worried silently. One night, Sam received a text message from his manager, "Be careful what you show in public. We can't clean up if you get into a love scandal." Sam smiled faintly. They didn't understand. This wasn't a scandal. This was the truth he couldn't deny anymore. Storm. Caitriona began to back away. She avoided him after filming, refusing to go out to dinner as usual. When Sam went to her rented apartment in Glasgow, she didn't open the door. He stood outside, in the early winter rain, soaked and confused. "I'm scared, Sam. I'm scared we'll ruin everything," she said from behind the door. "Then let me take the blame. Just be with you." The door remained closed. Leap of faith. It took weeks for things to calm down. Sam continued filming, playing his part, but his eyes lacked the familiar sparkle. Then one winter night, when the crew held an end-of-season party, Caitriona appeared. She walked into the crowded room, her eyes searching for someone. When she saw Sam standing in the corner, a glass of wine in her hand, she approached without hesitation. "I don't want to hide anymore," she said. He looked at her, his eyes exploding with all the pent-up emotions. He put down his glass and walked closer to her. "We'll be looked at. We'll be talked about, we'll be misunderstood, Sam said softly. Let them look, she whispered. Because I just want to look at you. They held each other amid the lights, the music, the prying eyes. But this time, neither of them cared.